So apparently there's an abandoned airplane somewhere within an hour and a half of me. I think I'm gonna try to find that today and do my Q&A there.
Ready, set, go!
Nothing I'm finding on the internet has told me exactly where the location is, just a rough estimate of a town about an hour and 15 minutes away from me, so. I think I made it to the correct town. I think I'm here. It's a town of about 5,000 people, which is good news. A small population means a smaller surface area to cover to find this abandoned airplane. My idea is to Google an airstrip, see any sort of airport or airplane area, and check there first. I talked to the two gentlemen that work at the airport here in town, and sadly, the yellow abandoned airplane has been disassembled and hauled away, which is really sad to hear. It was such a cool looking airplane, and I think I missed it by a few months. Hello?
Hello?
Well, this definitely wasn't what I was imagining. But you know what? Sometimes when you fail to find what you're looking for, you find something cool along the way. Dude, there's this old photo book. Is this not the creepiest photo album you've ever seen? I'm pretty nervous to be in here, but I think we should just get to the questions and do this Q&A. Quick reminder, if you want me to answer your questions on this video format, comment them below. The easiest way for me to see your questions is on the Q&A videos, so comment. Our first question is from Indie Mogul. Thanks for commenting, Indie Mogul. What are your thoughts on the new A7S III? Will you be switching to it from your Fuji by chance? Ooh, this is loaded. On paper, and from what I've seen in other people's videos on the A7S III, to me, it kind of seems like a content creator's dream camera. It has crazy specs all the way up to 4K 120, really good colors, amazing autofocus, good battery life, a flip screen. It's kind of the dream. I will be getting my hands on one in the next couple weeks to do a full video. I'm very excited about that. Will I be switching? I don't know about switching, but I will probably add it to my kit. So there's definitely creatures in here. I'm gonna move again. My one holdup with the X-T4 is the lens selection. The A7S III just has so many more options for lenses, like the 20mm 1.8 G Master or the 16-35 would be an amazing lens for what I do. Definitely am going to keep my X-T4. I really like it, especially in a studio setting. It does great for that kind of autofocus. The color looks great. Somebody else said they purchased an X-T4 because of my Fuji Juice video. Dude, that is awesome. Thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. I do have Fuji Juice merch on the way, which I'm super stoked about. I was just gonna kind of drop it, but I pre-ordered some for myself to test the quality and make sure it's awesome. I don't want you guys to have really low quality, crappy merch. I want this to be super sick. So as soon as I get those in, I'm gonna look at them, show you guys, see what you think. And if I think it's good to go, then we're gonna start shipping Fuji Juice merch. Shelby says she's most pumped about the possibility of a Fuji Juice hat because I've been using my X-T4 a few weeks now and I love it. I'm really glad to hear that you're liking your X-T4. This is a wonderful camera. Fuji Juice hats are happening. Fellow aspiring filmmaker here. Right now, I just make video journals about my life, but can you give me an honest, candid feedback on my videos? Yes, send me a link to the video you want me to watch. I probably can't offer super in-depth feedback because I'm just constantly working on the stuff I'm making as well. And I'm also not the best filmmaker in the world, but I would love to look at your stuff. So maybe comment on this video. Good stuff, man, enjoying these. PS, 20K subs is blowing up. Yeah, we're getting close to 20,000 humans following this little channel. That's freaking crazy to me. Yeah, it's exciting, man. Thanks for being a part of it. I really like doing these Q&As, and you guys, your feedback has been awesome. These are getting more views than my normal vlogs that I put way more effort into. Thoughts on iPhone videography. My iPhone 11 Pro is my main tool at the moment. What can I do to make it look better than third-party apps? I use ProTake currently. iPhone videography is something that I actually want to start experimenting with now that I have the DJI OM4 gimbal. Also, the people at Moment are super sick and they hooked me up with some Moment lenses, a case, and some balancing counterweights to use on phone gimbals. But I can honestly say after messing with their Moment app for shooting video, dude, it's so good. If you put one of their lenses on their cases, which are already really high quality lenses for phones, and you use their app, you can shoot in log modes, so you can practice color grading phone footage. There's just different ways to be creative with their app. I recommend at least trying it out. Low key, I'm starting to get creeped out by that place, so we're gonna go outdoors a little bit. What foam did you use in your wall panels and would you recommend them? I used this foam insulation stuff called Roxul, and yes, I would highly recommend it. It's built for absorbing sound. Can you tell about XT3? It's a camera, it's pretty good. Dude, I just found this giant movie gallery sign. Do you guys remember renting movies? This just like threw me back, bro. I'm super impressed with the idea overall. Obviously, I haven't used one yet, so I can't give like impressions or anything, but the fact that Red would make something like that is really cool. And I think that's a testament to the success of the Blackmagic Pocket cameras and these new cameras like the Z cams. Everything in that world, I think, is kind of forcing a larger company like Red to compete in this middle ground market in between mirrorless and full-on big cinema cameras. I mean, using Reds in the past, the image just blows my mind. It's so freaking good. The raw codec is my favorite I've ever edited, and it might be a lot of money for people like you and me, but compared to like what the cameras were a couple years ago and what some of their expensive cameras are now, it's cheap. It's crazy cheap. Also, I do need to plug this interview I did with Gear Focus. They're a really cool company, and we did a little podcast style gear talk where we talk about the Komodo and some other stuff. And it was really fun. You should go watch it. I'll link that below as well. What's the best way to power the XT4 for long shoots in a studio? Dummy battery or USB-C power? I mean, that just depends on how long your shoot is gonna last. I will say that a USB-C battery will be able to do more things than just a dummy battery that's specific for your camera. So if you want to power like audio recorders or charge up your phone, charge up other things, you could just get a USB-C battery. Honestly, what percentage of your income comes from YouTube, and is stuff financially difficult for you? Do you live with someone or on your own? Asking as someone also trying to break into commercial video. Well, as of right now, after getting this job as the host of Kinotika, YouTube is my full-time job, which is crazy. I'm still feeling crazy blessed by that. But right before that, I made a little bit from my personal channel, not enough to survive for a month, but my main income was doing commercial projects with the boys of Hometown Crew, the guys I work with on film stuff. Algorithm may hate you, but we don't. Love you, Dad. I love you too, son. Oh no. Thoughts on the Panasonic S5 versus Fuji XT4? I don't know anymore, I'm scared. Ooh, I would pick the XT4 for sure. I mean, I'm keeping the XT4, I'm not getting the S5, so I guess that answers your question. See, I'm not like that super cool guy who just gets gear for pre-release all the time, so I can't just do comparisons whenever I want, but when I get my hands on one, I would love to compare it to the XT4 for you guys and see how it looks, you know, because maybe it'll surprise me. That's the thing, is you can't really judge a camera until you try it, because it's like the EOS R. A lot of people hated it on paper, and then a lot of people switched to it after they tried it because they liked it. I was not one of those people. Well, I hope you guys liked this little bit more adventurous / creepy episode of Q&A. Even though YouTube is my job and Kinotika is my full-time thing, this channel is my passion project. I love it so much. These are my home movies. You guys are my family. We get to watch and make these things together, and I'm really glad you guys are a part of it. So if for some reason you watch my stuff and you're not subscribed, subscribe. Maybe send a video that you like to a friend that likes camera stuff, or a dumb guy, I don't know. Let's get this thing to 20K. I never really shoot for like that kind of stuff, but let's get to 20K. I want to do it.
See you tomorrow on the road trip home.